So, I quickly want to talk about an issue that's kind of coming up, which is uploading video lessons into Canvas. So, you might say, well, what's the big deal? Well, uploading video files directly into Canvas, such as like MP4 files. So, if you're saving on your desktop and you're just adding it like you would a file into Canvas, there's two issues, one for the student, one for the teacher. For the teacher, you're going to run out of space in your Canvas course. Each course has 800 megabytes, which is enough. Uh, but if you're uploading 80 megabyte videos, after you get to the 10th video, you'll be done. So we want to talk about a couple options to kind of avoid that issue. Because the other issue is the students could potentially be using extra data or bandwidth to download those MP4s. It could cause issues with Chromebooks and some other things. Now, it would take a lot of videos for that to happen, but it's definitely not the best practice. So, what are your options? Well, it's best to use kind of a third party source, an internet based program to do that. So, our two options are Burger King and McDonald's, if you will, is Google Drive and YouTube. So, you can use either of those systems to hold your videos, and then they'll provide you links to either embed or just put a link in Canvas wherever you'd like, right? So you're going to embed or put a link. So we really have two options. Google is a really easy way. If you organize your videos in one place in your Google Drive, it'll be really easy because there's an icon within assignments that you can see there that looks like the Google Drive triangle with the three colors. And then it then opens up to your Google Drive with all your folders, and it has a search bar. So you can hopefully organize it neatly in folders. Or if you know the names and you name them properly, you should be able to search them pretty quickly. And you can even select more than one. What you're going to notice is it's going to have two options at the bottom, embed versus link. So what does that do? Well, embed, it shows up ready to play in the screen. It doesn't require them to open a new tab. It doesn't require them to leave the page. It does take up a lot of real estate size-wise. So if you have other things going in that announcement or on that page, it might monopolize the space. There are ways to affect the size of an embed code, but you get a little techie at that point, and I don't want to get too techie for anybody there. I want to keep this low base for, and then those of you that experiment, you'll see what I mean when you get into the different sizes of embedding. The link is easy because if you see below, like it says that easy deliverables MP4, just a nice little link. It'll open up in a new tab on their Chromebook. It won't require them to necessarily download it. They'll just be viewing it through the internet. So your other option besides Google is YouTube. And then you can easily put the link that YouTube would give you. There is an app. So if you see that little V icon here on the screen, if you click on that, YouTube can be potentially an option if you add it as an app in your course. You don't have to. The only benefit of adding a YouTube app in Canvas is that it kicks out three possible sizes for the video. So it actually builds in a small, medium, large, which is a really neat option. But if you just put the link from YouTube, it actually will kick out a little mini window that'll actually open and embed right within Canvas. So that's kind of a neat feature that YouTube and Canvas have worked out together. So just putting in the link from YouTube is enough and can be a really easy fix. So let me kind of take you through the nuts and bolts of it. So once you're actually in your Google Drive, I think the best thing to do is create a folder for yourself. So this big plus new button. The first option that kicks out is folder. And then you can, organize your folder, call it whatever. I mean, if you want it to show up at the top, maybe do like a 001 videos, because then it'll actually come up to the top of your folders list because it's always numerical order. So that might be a good little trick for you to keep it at the top of your folders list. Now you can just mass drag from your desktop. You could drag from wherever. You could go up here and just do a quick file upload in case it's on an external hard drive or a thumb drive. You could, mass select a bunch of ones to put in there. This is a great shot of pigs that clearly you might want to upload. Wherever your videos are, you essentially want to get them into this Google folder, because when you go to any assignment, then you can, like I showed you earlier, click that button, and now you're going to notice that 001 folders are going to be close to the top. Once the folder list populates, that'll be easy. And then you also have the search bar. But if I have it organized and I know where it is, so let's say like those PD videos, I could go right here and then I could mass upload however many I need. For me, I might hit embed because then it comes up in a nice video screen once it authorizes. And then you'll have it ready to play right there. So that's a really, really nice option. The YouTube option, the app I mentioned before, when you go here, now you can put that shareable link in here, or you can search. Now, the problem is if something's like an unlisted YouTube, you can't search it. But if you put the shareable link in there, it'll pop up. And what's nice about it is it gives you 3 options: a small, medium, large, or just the link. So that way, if you don't want the video to be too large, but you want it to be a decent size, then the app gives you that functionality. Whereas if I just went to YouTube and I, got that shareable link, or I just copied the URL from the top, then it kicks out a smaller. I just put that link in there, and it intuitively does this, which will ultimately, when I save this, it'll make it like a little thumbnail. So it sort of does embed it a little bit here, and then when you click it, it makes it a bigger window. Have the ability to do that, and then you still have options to make it full screen at that point. But the nice thing about it is you're staying within the assignment. So if this was, you could put this in the instructions to an assignment, say, hey, here are the notes. Please use this to complete problems 10 through 12 and submit them here. So you can really streamline that process and put that video anywhere it's going to be useful to the kids in the assignment instructions, right? Rather than just putting it as a link in a module, right? Or maybe you put it on a page with all of the other resources. Maybe you have a PowerPoint, maybe you have an answer key. You can create like a nice little page of resources. There's even a really cool tool called Wakelet, where you can really put a bunch of resources together and then embed it on a page here. So you got a ton of options. It's really, really sometimes overwhelming. But in any event, I just kind of wanted to run you through those options to avoid just trying to do something like go here, go to file, and then upload an MP4 file. So I definitely don't want you going here and then uploading a new file and then bringing an MP4 file in that's like 70 or 80 megabytes. So, I definitely would rather you put it on YouTube or Google and link it in. So hopefully you found that helpful. If you do YouTube, just keep in mind you do have a channel. So when you go to YouTube, signed in to OJR, you'll see either your channel or it'll say activate your channel. And then you'll just have your area within it. And then you'll see a little plus sign with a camcorder here. That's your upload button for YouTube. So if you're trying to get those files into YouTube, just like we were trying to get them into Google, this is that option for YouTube where you can drag and drop or you can select. So just know where your videos are, corral them in the same place, and I think that'll go a long way to helping you save space and keep kids within Canvas and getting those assignments done.